For those of you that care, a quick channel update, but don't worry, we'll be having a look at some boots. Prior to my last posting, I'd run into some serious IT issues. I'm not a techie. I don't put a great deal of effort into production of these videos, as you probably realise, but it has had serious effects on my work. That's also coincided with a lot of work that we're having done in the house. So whilst my IT problems aren't insurmountable, it does mean throwing some money at it, which I just don't have at the moment due to the work in the house. The other thing that's happened is I've got a long-standing injury to my knee. I've mentioned this in previous videos that I've got strong ankles but weak knees, and this just isn't going away, and I think I'm going to have major surgery. About a year ago I did a video on some Hoka and Kappa boots, and we'll see those in a second. And I bought those specifically because of the problems I was having with my knee. Great boots, but not without their problems. Sorry about that. I had intended, as I usually do, to go to Scotland doing some mountain climbing in May, but my knee was really bad. It comes and goes. This morning I was doing some shopping in the supermarket and my knee went again. That's how bad it is. But I had bought a new pair of boots, which I intended to try out, maybe not seriously in Scotland, but certainly to try out, and I've just not been able to due to my knee. But let's get on to the boots. These are the ones that if you've looked at that video, you'll remember that I thought these were very impressive. Look at the size. It's a US 14 2E wide fit. They impressed me for several reasons. They're very comfortable. The recovery period after a long walk was good. It was a rough walk and they still look brand new. I did a lot of river crossings. They didn't let in any water. But the styling is challenging and not of my taste. So I saw these. This is the Merrell Moab Speed 2 Mid Gore-Tex, exactly the same size as the Hoka we've just looked at. I'll do a proper review and a proper comparison of the two boots when I can get back into walking properly. Why did I buy these? Well, partly because of the styling issues. I am intending to go to do some serious walking, not serious mountaineering, but serious walking in Switzerland in a few months' time. And I thought these were probably more the ticket for me. In terms of sizing comparison, I'd say the Merrell is quarter of a size longer than the Hoka. There's not much in it. I did approach Merrell to ask about sizing because I've never had Merrell before, partly because of supposed quality issues, part because of sizing issues. They weren't terribly helpful. They just said order 2 pairs and hopefully one will be the right size. They do look the part. I have tried them on. I've done a little bit of walking around the house and they look and feel very good. Very light. And as I say, I will get back to you when I can do a proper comparison between these. The other reason why I've not been posting is tariffs. Surprisingly, maybe to some, Prime Minister Starmer and President Trump seem to be hitting it off. They've done a sort of minor trade deal, and I'm hoping that it becomes a full trade deal. At the moment, on a pair of heritage boots, I'm looking at around 100 UK pounds sterling import fees of various kinds. That's on top of shipping fees. Means it's pretty expensive to buy Truman's, Grant Stone and the like. So I'm hanging off buying US supplied boots for a while. I do have some boots in mind. They're not US, they're not UK either, so stick around to see what I've got to say on that. And as I say, hopefully my knee will improve and I'll be able to review these boots properly. Thank you very much for persisting, and I'll see you next time.